This is Harjinder Singh appearing in a California courtroom on Tuesday, charged with 3 counts of vehicular homicide. FHP says Singh, an undocumented semi-truck driver, caused this crash, killing 3 people when he made an illegal U-turn last week on the Florida Turnpike.
That should have never happened. He should have never been here.
Governor Ron DeSantis says Singh entered the country illegally in 2018, claiming asylum from India, and lives in California, where he obtained his commercial driver's license, or CDL, and where U.S. Marshals arrested him following the crash.
So senseless. So absolutely enraging to see this happening.
Investigators say after the crash, Singh could only identify 1 of 4 highway traffic signs. The U.S. Department of Transportation is now launching a federal investigation. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy stating, if states had followed the rules, this driver would have never been behind the wheel and 3 precious lives would still be with us.
The interpreter went over your rights with you.
DHS says Singh's request for work authorization was denied in 2020, then approved in 2021. The U.S. DOT says Singh obtained his CDL from Washington State in 2023 and California in 2024. The California DMV says the federal government confirmed Mr. Singh's legal presence in the United States.
This person didn't come with documents. He came through the border with no visa.
Immigration attorney Richard Huber says work authorization does not make Singh a legal citizen.
They're certainly not here legally in terms of they don't have a green card. They're not citizens, obviously.
Now, this afternoon, DeSantis said he sent the lieutenant governor to California to personally extradite Singh back here to Florida. We can expect him to be back in the state tomorrow morning. And officials say once this case wraps up, Singh will be deported. In the newsroom, I'm Kayla McDermott.
Meanwhile, Ainsley, this crazy story happened.
Crazy story. I thought of you when I was reading about it because your dad's a truck driver. This guy's driving an 18-wheeler down on the Florida Turnpike, and he decides to do a U-turn, and he cuts in front of a family or some people that were in a minivan, traps the minivan underneath his 18-wheeler, and kills all 3 of the people inside that minivan. Turns out this guy, Lawrence, is here illegally.
Yeah, he's illegally in the country. He crossed the border, the Mexican border, back in 2018. So that just tells you people from all over the world are going across the Mexican border. They're not now, but they were going across the border. And I thought this was parody and wasn't true, or some AI video, because it's a video of it, and the guy shows 0 emotion. Even when they get out at the crash site, no emotion, Brian.
Yeah, this is it. This individual is an illegal. This is a post from the site. Legal immigrant who was granted a commercial driver's license by the state of California.
Huh.
Yeah, and now 3 innocent people are dead. He has been arrested for vehicular homicide and has an ICE detainer. An ICE detainer has been issued.
And the truck driver and the passenger with him did not sustain any injuries. 2 of those passengers in the minivan died on the scene, and then 1 was taken to the hospital, and he later died of his injuries.
If you talk to the union that represents a lot of these truck drivers, or you just talk to rank and file, just go to your local truck stop and you talk to the truck driver. They tell you this is a real issue. A lot of illegal people in the country are getting these licenses, and they don't know how to read the signs. They don't understand the rules and regulations.
How do you get a license?
Some states permit it. Every state does their own licensing process, and a lot of them are giving them this license, and they don't know the rules. How can you get a license if you can't read the signs?
I know, especially a commercial license. You have to go through the test, right? So that's not a matter. And by the way, that's what you're voting for. So when you say illegals should get driver's licenses, the argument for it is, well, then they got to be registered and you got to have insurance, and therefore, rather than get hit by an illegal with no insurance, they're going to drive anyway. That's the theory behind it, but
why
to me, you don't reinforce bad behavior. It's like giving drug addicts needles.
Right. I mean, honestly, I can't wait for the full investigation. We got 3 dead Americans as a result of this.
Right.
But the turn itself was a stupid turn.
Dumb.
It was so stupid.
A normal car shouldn't do a U-turn on the highway,
No.
much less an 18-wheeler. This is what the Florida Attorney General says, slamming California.
Yeah, it's a horrific situation. California should not have provided this person the driver's license and a permit, not just for a car, but to drive large-scale trucks. To then drive into Florida, engage in this dangerous behavior and take the lives of 3 others is really a tragedy. We're not going to deport or let this guy out of our sights until we have convicted him and ensured that he is behind bars for as long as possible, likely the rest of his life. Only then will we hand him over to ICE for deportation, but he's going to serve his time.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian.
What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful Thursday. I'm doing well myself. I come across this situation right here that I believe is a nationwide scam going on in these license branches. I think it's nationwide. Now, being that this situation we just watched with an illegal driving a semi truck, tractor trailer, okay, did the illegal move U-turn on the middle of a highway and caused 3 people their lives, okay? Couldn't even read road signs, don't even know what stop means probably. No U-turns that he did. You understand what I'm saying? Now that license was given to him in California, okay? And he drove the truck all the way from California or whatever, wherever he was, to Florida. And that's where the incident took place, okay? Well, this is a situation right here that took place in Kentucky. Reason why I say I believe this is a statewide, national wide, whatever, you know what I mean, scam that's going on at these DMVs is because we got ex-employee DMV Melissa Mormon, okay, right here on this license right here. It's just a sample license, not really her license. I just put her picture there. And she's an ex-employee because she actually blew the whistle as to what is alleged that a Kentucky DMV license branch was doing. Basically, illegals would come in, and they can get these licenses under the table for $200. No questions asked. This is what a lot of the employees was doing. Well, Miss Mormon right here actually blew the whistle about what they were doing. They was actually using her ID even when she wasn't at work. You see what I mean? And she blew the whistle about it and they fired her. So this is how these illegals are getting licenses and don't even know, like I said, what street signs mean. You see, and look what it did. See, these people cared nothing about lives, about nothing but money. Nothing but money. See, and what's unfair about it is this lady lost her job. Now you think, she should have been pat on the back for actually exposing this scam, with this Kentucky license branch here. No, they fired her. So now she's in the midst. She wants her job back, but I'll be like, fuck that job. You know what I mean? I'll be looking at a lawsuit right now because, hey, it's proven. It can be proven that they were actually doing this. But what I want us to do is check out this particular video right here that goes more in depth about it. You can hear the story from her yourself. So sit back and check this out.
You would think someone who blew the whistle in deep red Kentucky would be rewarded for identifying a scam that allowed illegals to get driver's licenses with forged documents and cash bribes.
Yeah, it's really dangerous. But according to a Louisville DMV employee, she didn't get praised at all. In fact, she got fired from her job. Newsmax crime correspondent Jason Matera has the details for us this morning.
I want to clear my name. And I want my job back.
At a Louisville DMV, the place meant to vet safe and legal drivers, some clerks were instead allegedly making money in a dangerous side hustle.
Undocumented workers would come in to the office. They would be bypassed without even taking a permit test or taking the road test. They would then be paid under the table. They would be paid $200 a person.
Melissa Mormon, a 3-year employee working at the NIA Center branch, says illegals would walk in with fake birth certificates, social security cards, and utility bills. 2 co-workers, according to Mormon, would then give them the fast pass treatment. No lines, no tests, just licenses for cash.
My ID was being used in order to pin me into this thing.
Her whistleblower letter, dated October 29, 2024, warned management that her employee credentials were being used, even when she wasn't at work. Investigators later said that her ID popped up in more than 2,000 shady transactions.
They actually took my phone and looked through all my messages. They looked through my Cash App. They looked through my Zelle, just to prove they know I didn't wasn't involved in any of this business picture.
Mormon says she turned over everything to clear her name, but after getting grilled 3 times in just one day, She was fired over the phone.
I want to clear my name. I want to let people know out there that I wasn't involved in any type of legal activity.
Her attorney, Gary Adams, calls it textbook retaliation for exposing fraud and abuse of authority. And he's suing under Kentucky's Whistleblower Act.
As soon as she tells them everything she knows, she gives them everything she can to exonerate herself, she gets fired.
But instead of clearing her name, Melissa Mormon says she got branded the culprit.
Why was this pinned on me for something that I didn't do?
Mark Charlotte, we did reach out to the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet to respond to these serious allegations, and they did acknowledge that there were at least 1,900 what they called irregularities, and those licenses were revoked, but they did push back on Mormon's claims. They said that she was a temporary employee and that they're flatly denying her allegations. They wouldn't elaborate any further, saying that this was an open criminal investigation involving various state and federal agencies.
I like the phrase irregularities. 1,900 of them.
Yeah, not good, especially if you're driving through Kentucky
Yeah.
anytime soon.
Maybe that explains our earth scam problems that we've seen.
Yes.
Yes. All right, Jason Matera, thank you.
Now y'all see that? That's a bunch of bullshit if I never heard any. You see, because number one, when you go to renew your license, you understand, they run you through the ringer. They tell you you got to have 2 forms of ID. You got to have, address, you know what I mean, with some kind of utility bill in your name and every damn thing else, a birth certificate, social security card, and everything. And if something's out of place, I guarantee you, they're going to have you running back and forth until it's corrected. And they're going to drag their foot about sending you your license and everything. While all the time they under the table giving licenses to illegals that don't even know shit, ain't even looked in, probably don't even know what the letters say when they have them looking at, that glass and tell them describe what this letter means right here. Read it from left to right and right to left. They probably don't even know how to do that. You see what I mean? And then give them a license and put them behind the wheel. And then you wonder why there's so many traffic fatalities out here on the road today. All because of money. $200 under the table and you can get a license. You know, even to drive a truck. You see, a semi truck. You see, it's bad enough that we got weirdos out here as it is behind the wheel, and smoking that stinking ass weed. You can't even drive down the street now unless you behind a car coming towards you, smoking that stinking ass weed. You see, just things like that. These people are under the influence, and then, like I said, you get an idiot and put him behind the wheel of a truck, a semi truck, and turn him loose in public. And now 3 lives are lost just because of that. This country, man, I'll tell you, it's all about money and sold out, you see. And now people like us out here on the roads, you got to be extra careful. You got to be extra careful. Because if you don't, one slip up and you ain't watching some dumbass, you see, it can cause you a lot, maybe even your life. You see what I'm saying? Just because of money, people doing underhanded things. And like I said, this has to be nationwide right here. This is happening all over in different states. I bet you it is. Because see, she just blew the whistle of this in Louisville, Kentucky. Well, Singh, the one that was driving a damn semi truck and took the lives of 3 people because his dumbass did a U-turn in the middle of a highway. You see what I mean? He got his license from California. So you mean to tell me other states ain't doing the same thing under the table? Psh, I would bet my money. I bet money they are. So there you have it, people. Watch yourselves out here on the road, because you just don't know who you might come across that don't even know what a red light means. Stop and go. You might go on a damn red light, and then there you go. That's just what it is. That's all I got on this one, people. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular video right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.